Welcome back. Today's topic is Sherman, Texas, America's high-tech boomtown. All right, let's dive deep and let me share the screen. Here we go. This week's Boomtown series. In short, this is no longer speculative. The boom has begun. Buy rentals in this gold mine, gold rush market. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Right now, even amidst economic uncertainty, recession fears, housing bubble concerns, and tariff challenges, smart real estate investors, potentially like you and I, are already buying cash flow properties in this market. If and when the mortgage rates drop to 6% or below, the floodgates will open, people will come off the sidelines, competition will intensify, the sleeping giant will wake up, and prices will climb even higher. So, this week's off-market listing in Sherman, Texas. Now, this is a rare duplex. Yeah, relatively new, only a few years old. Normally, we only offer off-market, single-family homes, cash flow, new construction in not just Sherman, but all over the North Texas boomtown that we are working with right now. But anyway, this is very rare indeed, and this property will go very fast. How fast? I don't know, 3 to 5 days. That's pretty much it. So this property features 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths on each unit, 1-car garage on each side, 1,132 square foot. The purchase price, and this is unbelievable, is only $350,000 for this duplex, and the total rent on both sides is $2,915, almost $1,500 per month. And of course, if you put 30% down payment, the annual cash flow is 7,177. So you do the math, divided by 12. So the monthly cash flow is approximately $600. But of course, there's much more than cash flow. There are 5 ways to make money in real estate, which is cash flow, increasing rent, the tenant going to pay down your loan, which is loan amortization, and then there's long-term appreciation, and then there's rental rate increases and tax benefit, of course. All right, so you run the numbers, and of course, we're offering builder incentive. The rate buy down 5.75%, and our property management will waive the first year property management fee, and we can pay 2% of the closing costs. So what else can you ask for? All right, so this, anyway, it's very well done. It's already rented, so it's very nice property overall in a good area. It rents very well. It even have a pretty decent backyard. All right, so let's go on. And of course, I will go over this a little bit more. Sherman, it is the Silicon Alley. Okay, this little town of Sherman is going through a high-tech boom. Not only that, the local schools, they're all preaching tech education, right? From grade school to K-12 to college, they're all getting involved for the long-term the tech boom in this region of the country, North Texas. Okay, Sherman High School is brand new. It looked like a college campus because I toured the area like a month ago. Yeah, so the local community is really have this long-term version of, again, educating their workforce to eventually work in this area. Okay, there's also a North Texas Semiconductor Institute as well, which is the University of Texas at Dallas. Is also working to streamline research and university work across Texas to help advance the semiconductor industry in Grayson County, which Sherman is located. All right, so The long-term future is very bright. The local community is supporting this high-tech boom in this region of the country. Of course, Sherman is about 1 hour north of Dallas Metroplex and very close to surrounding cities. So accessible with freeways and everything else. And the Sherman's other projects going on, mall expansion, the whole 9 yards. The Lake Texoma is very nice, good place to hang out. Of course, there's an airport expansion at McKinley coming up by next year, and a lot of constructions all over the region. So Texas is booming, so is Sherman, and they are approving all kind of infrastructure growth to support the massive boom of what's going on. And the local 2-year college in Sherman, Grayson College, they are also educating a lot of young college kids to work in the high-tech industry. So this high-tech boom in Sherman and Grayson County is just absolutely mind-boggling. So anyway, so contact me if you wish to purchase this particular property. I will do some pre-screening consultation to go over your situation to determine whether you qualify. All right, let's get back to the big picture. The big picture is your window to invest in Grayson County. Investors still, like yourself, still have the opportunity to buy below value. Builders and developers are already racing to acquire and break ground. By 2026, which is just 6 months away, right? So you need to have a sense of urgency. Price points and cap rates will reflect the full force of the semiconductor boom. Get in before the market fully wakes up. This is a small window of opportunity to lock in today's price, because even on today's challenging market, at least nationwide, we are still seeing fierce competition among sophisticated investors who are targeting this region of the country. All right. So imagine when things improves nationwide, that you're going to see a lot of competition. By the way, I talked about this before. This North Texas region, there are 3,000 counties and 19,000 cities in the country. Mind-boggling. The fastest growing cities, according to U.S. Census Bureau from 2020 to 2023, the top seven of the top 15 fastest growing cities in the past 3 years, 2020 to 2023, are located in North Texas. And here are the cities. Here are the numerical population growth, which is absolutely, I have never seen this before in my years of real estate consulting. Okay, never. Look at this astronomical growth of population from now. And then latest breaking news from Census Bureau, May 2025 data, 15 fastest growing. Once again, among the top 7, North Texas and Princeton and a few other cities in North Texas is growing. Look at the percentage increase in just 1 year in population growth in some of these North Texas cities. Look at the current population as of 2024, right? It's a small town, but it's an exploding small town due to population growth, job growth, and infrastructure growth and the fundamentals. All right. So this is a once small town a few years ago, now is exploding into a vibrant city over North Texas. And hey, let's venture to guess. What do you think? Which North Texas city will be the fastest growing in 2025, 26, 27? I know what it is. It is spreading like wildfire for years to come. North Texas, according to the 2024 U.S. Census Bureau, about 50% of the top 15 fastest growing cities in the country are located within a 75-mile radius of one another. Where? North Texas. Isn't this mind-boggling? This is unprecedented. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You get in early, you're going to reap the financial benefit. Okay? Must pull the trigger today or yesterday or 2 weeks ago, not beyond today. So here's a big picture of the Google map of the Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas Fort Worth. I have to roll my tongue. DFW, gigantic metroplex. See, look at this. All this, the North Texas area, all these little towns. You may not be familiar with it at this time, but very soon you will be familiar. These are the fastest growing cities and boomtowns in the U.S. for the foreseeable future. Princeton is number one, of course. And we do have great investment properties in Princeton as well as many other of the boomtowns. I counted, give or take, around 30 plus boomtowns all over the DFW Metroplex. Off the top of my head, these are the 13. These 13 small, fast-growing boomtowns, okay, will be the fastest growing among the top 15, among the top 30 in the country, all right? There's no doubt about it. Which one, we do not know. So year by year, I believe some of these cities in North Texas will take turn to be in a top 1 or top 15 or top 30 among the fastest growing cities in the country, among 19,000 cities, among 3,000 counties. This is absolutely mind-boggling. DFW is also the Silicon Valley of the South, as well as the Wall Street financial hub of the South as well. But I'm not going to get into that. In about 20 to 30 years, this is mind-boggling. Texas will exceed the state of California in total population, and there are more Fortune 500 companies. Is that amazing? I have to pause for a moment. A lot of you may or may not know that. It's a financial hub. A whole bunch of corporations and companies are moving into Texas and into North Texas specifically. Amazing, rapid growth of jobs and companies and corporations and headquarters. Everything, every company all over the country is coming over here because Texas welcome is a very business-friendly environment. Okay, this is where the money is. 3.5 million people are expected to move by 2024, which was last year. That has already happened. Texas population is growing beyond leaps and bounds. More people have moved to Texas than any other states in the past year. And 8 Texas counties land in the top 10 list of the fastest growing counties in the U.S. Look, this kind of mind-boggling information is on and on. Right now, DFW have more population than San Francisco Bay Area where I live, probably soon to surpass Los Angeles County and Orange County and San Diego County combined in the next few years. Okay. Massive job creation, very diversified industry, tech, manufacturing, finance, construction, healthcare, hospitality. While the median price is still relatively low compared to most part of the country, right? Yeah, it's just tons of upcoming projects in the foreseeable future. Major airport, major high-tech boom everywhere, especially in Sherman. They are, okay? But we like these 4 areas. Growth in North Texas. Look, had you bought our single-family home back in 4 years ago in Sherman, it cost only $187K on the average. Now they're $255K. Denison, Greenville, Bottom, same way. In the past 4 years, the values of single-family homes in only the past 4 years, from 2021 to May of 2025, look, Sherman has grown. The prices has grown by 36%, Denison 30%, and Greenville 33%, and Bottom 33%. Just the tip of the iceberg, according. Okay? And we're going to target a little bit on Sherman and Denison because these 2 towns are very close to each other. Well, Denison about 15 minutes north of Sherman. Look at the value increase since 2020. The home prices increased in the past 4 years, almost double. In Sherman, 85%, $172K to $318K, $140,000 increase. And the unemployment rate, obviously, is only 2.1%. It's going to get lower in the foreseeable future. Denison, again. So, by the way, Sherman have 52,000 people right now, but Denison have 26,000 people. Look at these numbers. It's absolutely amazing. 64% value increase in the past 4 years alone. Do the math. Look at the price increases. Those of us who invested early are already reaping the rewards in this area. Okay, so got to get in early. This is the tip of the iceberg. You got to take action. DFW, huge appreciation in the past since 2017 until now. We're talking what the past 8 years. Look at this. Look at this almost vertical growth. Look at the price point. Huge appreciation. DFW population projections. We are right here. Almost 8 million, which is massive population. The fourth fastest metro, the fourth largest metro in the country, DFW. And look at the trajectory. Look at the population growth in the next few years, 9.3 to 11.4% million in the next 5 to 10 years. 385 people per day are moving into Texas. It'll be a lot more in the next few years. Like I said, DFW is the fourth largest metro area in the U.S. Of course, there's a housing shortage. You can read the data yourself. There is a lot more demand than supply. As a result, it drives housing prices up. That is the fundamentals. That's the economics 101. When demand is greater than supply, you're going to have higher home prices. And Silicon Alley, Silicon Perry, the new Silicon Valley, I don't care how you call it, is Sherman, Texas, and surrounding area. It's going on an epic, historic semiconductor high-tech future boom, okay? As a matter of fact, this is a perfect trifecta. The corporation, the high-tech firm, Coherent, Texas Instrument, and Global Wafers. These three companies form the trifecta of Sherman tech boom. This is amazing, okay? This type of emerging growth, skyrocketing growth is beyond anybody's imagination. So let's go on, all right? This is, wow. My takeaway is Sherman, Texas isn't the next big thing. It is already the big thing. $35 billion would be in semiconductor investment between these three companies. And this is also mind-boggling. There will be more than 6,000 high-tech, high-income primary jobs will come into Sherman, Texas in the next few years. But this company they're going to start hiring in the next few months. And then there are more than 10,000 plus secondary jobs also are projected to support the primary job, for a total of at least 16,000 jobs coming into Sherman for the next few years. Mind-boggling. In the city, it's only 52,000 people. Wow, this is so amazing. Tourism, housing, infrastructure, commercial growth, everything, whole 9 yards. Okay, like I said, 50 minutes north of Sherman, Denison, the city of Denison, will be the amazing direct recipient of the growth of Sherman. Projects like Preston Harbor in Denison are due to the tech boom and are reaping their own rewards. Look at this. Preston Harbor in Denison, around 50 miles north of Sherman, $6 billion development, 3,100 acre area, 7,500 homes, 500 plus jobs, resort, hotel, retail, restaurants, and even Margaritaville, my favorite, Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville Resort is going to be built in Denison. So this is going to attract a lot of jobs, a lot of population growth in Denison, and a lot of tourists, a lot of entertainment. It's just absolutely amazing. I can't wait. So high-tech job plus low cost of living. What a deadly combination. 50% of the people moving Here in the Grayson County and Sherman and Denison and the surrounding small cities within 30-mile radius makes $150,000 in salary. Only 17% of the population made less than $75,000. So you have some robust white-collar workers in this area, okay? By no means they are blue-collar. Once again, a small town, Sherman, of 52,000, where 16 plus high-income, high-tech, and support jobs are coming in the next few years. Absolutely insane. Population growth is extreme. Major semiconductor hub, 1 hour from the 4th largest metro in the country, DFW, and homes are still very affordable for now. Obviously, strong for those of you who want to become a landlord, or for your mom and pop real estate investors that are watching this video. Strong rental market. The rent growth has continued to grow in the past few years. Rents are up, okay? And there's a 60 to 40 ratio of renters versus homeowners. So there's a very good mix. So great rental market for those landlords that want to pull the trigger here. So again, Grayson County, beyond Sherman, is jobs and infrastructure. Denison, industrial growth and development. Lake Texoma, lifestyle, tourism, attraction. And there's a new airport, McKinney National Airport, is going to open up for flight operation in a little bit more than 1 year, in late 2026. Okay? See, you don't have to drive all the way to a DFW airport to get around, okay? McKinney National Airport is only like 25 miles below Sherman, all right? So, amazing. 20% population increase projected by 2030, which is only 4.5 years away. Medium home prices have already doubled since 2020. Imagine that. In about 4 years, the prices have doubled. So do the math. So at least 20% appreciation of single-family homes in the past 4 years. And it's expected to keep rising beyond today, obviously. Hundreds of millions of dollars of infrastructure spending are being allocated now. Investor alert, like I said. So many of you qualify, okay? You just stumble upon my video, my presentation. So good for you, okay? You found me. So now is to analyze the situation, do your additional research and due diligence, and potentially take action, because these stats only benefit you if you invest right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, not waiting on the sideline like most people are nationally speaking, right? There's no such thing as a national real estate market. Real estate is super hyper local, okay? For those of you experienced real estate investors, you know that, okay? Real estate is very local. Every market is very different. I know you've been hearing national real estate market, this and that, a lot of challenges. Yes, that's true, but not in this North Texas local market. So these stats only benefit you if you invest now. Don't try to buy once the boom is in full, okay, which is coming very soon. How soon? I don't know. Next 6 months to a year. By that time, a little bit too late. All these prices will go up, and you cannot buy cash flow properties in Sherman, Grayson County anymore. So investors still have the opportunity to buy below P value right now. Builders and developers, everybody's coming in, getting early. So entry prices are still very low compared to the other counties below Grayson County. The price point close to the DFW area of $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. We cannot target those high-end homes. We target entry-level growth markets in this region, which is Grayson counties and few other counties where home prices are in the low 200s, new construction, okay? So we're very close. Grayson County and Sherman is proximity to Dallas-Fort Worth while still feeling like a small town Texas. Still Sherman, Denison, and all the Boomtowns all over North Texas still right now have a small town feel, probably not much longer. So who's already investing there in Sherman, Grayson County, and the surrounding areas? Institutional money is sniffing around. Hedge funds, Wall Street, all the big players, institutions' money, they are pulling the trigger as we speak. National builders already have communities in development. Smart investors are locking in land, rentals, and build-to-rent packages right now as we speak. If you wait for the ribbon cutting, you are already late. Fact. So we typically focus on single-family homes and occasionally duplexes if you find the right one, which we found the right one for you on today's presentation. That duplex at Sherman, which is only $350K, is only a few years new, all right? We focus on new construction. Not only we work with the master plan communities of builders, local and national builders, we also work with local builders who built infill neighborhoods for new construction. So right now, May 2025, you buy and lock in your prices. Okay, and the current rate, we give you a builder rate buy down of 5.75%, even though the current rate is around 7% on a national level. You're getting a builder's buy down 30-year fixed rate. You can't get anything better than that. Okay, so this is what's happening. You buy as quickly as possible, lock in the rate. Then later this year, 2025, and the beginning of 2026, the first full wave of chip production and new jobs start coming to the Sherman area. And you see the wave, you see the invasion. I call it the invasion. Then in 2026, a year from now, a year and a half from now, in 2027, Preston Harbor in Denison will open and all the support industries start growing out of control. And then in 2027, in a couple of years or more or later, prices will catch up. I'm not going to say the word skyrocketing, okay? I don't have a crystal ball, okay? No one has. My crystal ball has been broken. But the rentals will soar. The rent will increase. So as an investor, you could have more cash flow. Appreciation will soar. Those who waited will regret it. You know, this happens all the time over the years when I work with investors for the past 3 decades. There are so many people who did not invest 10, 15, 20 years ago. They could say, oh, Mr. Yi, I should have, could have, would have. Don't regret. For those of you who qualify, who are motivated, take action right now, okay? Okay, of course, we have relationship with national and local builders. Everything we offer here is off market. You cannot find any of this property we are offering in any of these markets, multiple listing service. If you work with your realtors on your own, you're not going to have access. You're not going to be able to find the kind of properties that we are offering. Okay, this kind of inventory is off market, below value, and only for our network investors who are part of our group. Of course, all the builder incentives, which is mind-boggling. I don't know how much longer this builder incentive is going to last, but get in, take advantage of this incentives by the seller. If you can buy in a phase 1 of a new development, of course, you buy at a low price. Guess what? Phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 in the next few years of this master plan new construction development, prices will be higher. That is the name of the game. Okay, all these incentives, you can pause the screenshot and read about it yourself. Okay, this is a sample of what the properties we offer. Look at this. Look at this price point. In the mid 200K, these prices are not going to be like this. Beyond today, these prices clearly will increase. Okay, see all this off market. Look at the cash flow. Okay, you can read about it on your own. Great numbers all across the board. Good cap rate, rent to value ratio, cash on cash return, very good cash flow. good rates, even at 20% down payment, even at 20% down payment with a 5.75% rate, you can cash flow, and the total return on investment the first year is at least 36%. If you factor in the annual net cash flow, the tax benefit, the rental rate increase, and the modest 5% projection appreciation for my pro forma, you divide all this number by the down payment, equals at least 36% first year total return on your initial investment. Okay. All right. This is the words I think of when I do this. It's just, I get so excited. I have goosebumps. The words that describe this market currently are not limited to these words: skyrocketing, exponential, historic, unprecedented, record-breaking, once in a lifetime, insane, epic, extraordinary, absolutely incredible, etc., etc., etc. This is a numerical formulas. You can educate yourself. You do the math. This is not rocket science. Create the pro forma, create the cash flow projection using this numerical metrics. Okay. Okay. This is the exit strategy that we use. 2 to 6 year hold strategy. You buy your property, you hold it for 2 to 6 years, depending on the future appreciation. Then you can do a cash out refinance or do a 1031 exchange to buy more property from the equity growth of your property. Okay. So again, we work with many builders to service your need. Okay. That will help you. We will help you do everything. So is it amazing? You can scale and accelerate your properties based on the potentially equity growth. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but you can scale your portfolio fairly quickly in this market, which is, you cannot say the same with any other markets in the country. So we have 1,000 investors that we have helped over the years from all over the country. They come into this market. We typically, on a monthly basis, we have 50 average inventory available on a monthly basis. That is, we have 20 plus builders we work with in the local area. We have great relationship with over the years. We have in-house lenders, investment loan lenders that we work with, everything. We have insurance companies we work with, we can refer to. We will have a network of everything, one-stop shop. Okay. Now go ahead and pause this slideshow on your own, do the calculation. That's how you can double your process. Year 1, year 3, year 6. Look at some of these strategies. You can when to cash out refinance to buy more properties, when to do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange, the whole 9 yards. Okay. So this is how you scale. Systematically speaking, of course, you have to invest for the long term, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. This is how you scale. You buy these entry-level homes, growth markets, new construction. You put 20 to 30% down payment with cash flow, with positive cash flow. That's how you systematically, the power of leverage, the power of scaling. Okay, I know this looks like a Albert Einstein real estate investing methodology. No, it's not rocket science. Okay, over the long term, based on the equity growth and tax-deferred exchange, you can start with buying one. You buy your first one or more property currently, then you can scale more in the next few years. Okay, it all depends on your goals and your objectives and how motivated you are, what are the capital resources you have, the whole 9 yards. And I know everybody's different, but anyway, the concept remains the same. At the end of the day, it does not matter how many properties you buy. At the end of the day, oil is almost passive to you, okay? Because you spend 1 to 2 hours per month managing your real estate portfolio over time. We have a team available to help you. We have one-stop shop with resources, right? We can do everything for you, as you can see. And we have the lenders, like I said, we have in-house property management, the whole 9 yards. We monitor your portfolio. We do everything for you. And so many out-of-state investors are drawn to our turnkey new builds investment model. Many of our past investors who bought, they're buying again and again. And they don't have to come here anymore to this market. They just buy remotely because they trust us. over the years. So a lot of our investors, they buy remotely because we have a track record of helping out-of-state investors for years and years in this particular North Texas market, okay? So by investing in rental properties that can operate without your constant direct involvement, you can create a steady stream of income that flows into your life while you sleep. This liberating approach allows you to reclaim your time and energy to focus on what matters most to you. Okay? Do not trade time for dollars like most people, like most investors. Long-term appreciation is only one downturn, the housing crash of 2008 to 2009. Other than that, in the past 100 years of real estate, the prices over time will go up in value, okay? You have to know history. So biggest opportunities always come from being early. Once these changes start taking effect, the window to position yourself ahead of them closes forever. So Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Obviously, there's a lot of fear out there. That's why smart investors like you need to pull the trigger and be greedy. Be greedy. Take action, okay? Create generational wealth for yourself. So, and your family. Each week we have very limited listings, okay? 2 or 3, 4 listings per week. I already have an established list of VIP buyers. When a deal is released by one of our local builders, they will go fast within 3, 4, 5 days. Even on this allegedly slow national real estate market, but not here. The market here in North Texas is not slow by any means, okay? We still have more demand than supply, okay? Even before this video newsletter comes out, typically into my database, these deals will be gone. One of our investors, the most motivated one, has already pulled the trigger because they're already part of our VIP list. So you have 3 options. Do nothing. Stay in financial mediocrity. Do something on your own. Do it yourself kind of people. You have to do your own research, your own due diligence. It may take weeks, months, years, even decades. And most people still stay on the sidelines. It's what I call analysis paralysis. Or the best option, which is third option, work with us now. So contact me for a 15-minute consultation. After our consultation, if it's the right fit, if you're the investors that I enjoy potentially working with long-term, and you are the type of investors that is a right fit, if I feel you are the right fit, not everyone is the right fit to use our system, our process, our procedure, okay? We will know during the initial consultation, okay? So I only take in the most motivated, the most committed, the most dedicated investors who qualified, who have the capital, okay? And then once we conclude this 15-minute consultation, I will go over my services, my fees, and then we'll make a joint decision together whether to work together or not. And here's my contact information. Okay, again, the recap is, right? It's very obvious, okay? This market is amazing, have a lot of long-term, tremendous growth. So if you are motivated to achieve generational wealth for yourself and your family, multi-generational wealth by buying new construction properties in high-growth areas such as in North Texas, create yourself a portfolio, show discipline, just invest for the long term, and you'll be fine. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you see any value from this video, please like and subscribe and comment on my video, and also contact me, and also put your email into our newsletter database so you become a free member of our real estate investment community, the Ye Real Estate Network. Okay. Thank you so much for listening, and contact me, and I'll be happy to allocate my time to do a consult. Have a nice day. To see you. Bye-bye.